alone.
So who is Combe? Who is he?
Well, he is, according to Jeremy, he is a program manager for the government's largest UFO program.
Which is that Arrow?
I don't know.
It might be.
Jamie could find that out.
Yeah, I mean, the type of whistleblower protections that are available, like I hope we can expand that so it's not just for UFO related stuff, but also for surveillance, to protect the Snowdens and Assanges of the world. Like we need that, and that's why I think that this office is going to be successful. It's because like you can't the people who are doing the black projects need to have reassurance that they're not going to be screwed after coming forward. And so, this type of legislation is so key. I had an exchange with Mellon recently, and he actually told me to mention this. So he was saying that Lazar should come forward through Arrow because because why not? I mean, if he was involved, then he could participate in that organization and put it through, because that's the channel that we have now.
The idea that someone is going to come out and say, we have downed UFOs, but we can't talk about it. Like, what does that mean? Do you have something that was unidentified that is from some other state, some other government that you found, and it's unidentified? Or are you saying you have something from another planet? There's two very different answers.
Right, because the Chinese balloons included in this as well. So if that gets downed, that constitutes crash materials.
Right, like what is a UFO? It's unidentified. What does that mean? But are you saying that you have something that you're back engineering from another country? Or are you saying you have something that is of some completely unknown origin, like outside of this world?
Well, I mean, based on the testimony from, whether you're talking about Roswell or particularly the one that I've been just loving deep in the rabbit hole is the Virginia incident.
That's the
in
Brazil. Yeah.
I mean, that is completely mind-blowing. James Fox did an epic documentary about it, Moment of Contact. And, there are military whistleblowers in his documentary which say that the U.S. flew in and transported... can't believe I'm about to say this, but bodies and materials. Like in this documentary, there's aliens running around all over Virginia, Brazil, and these two sisters and their friends saw it. The doctors saw it. They did X-rays on it. Like they talked to these doctors, and
they did X-rays on the bodies.
They did X-rays on the bodies, and they had to demolish the whole wing of the hospital where it occurred because the smell was so bad that, and this was reported independently from the guy who saw the crash. Everyone said that it smelled like ammonia and sulfur, and they couldn't get it out of their system for weeks. And so, there's record of the hospital, doing this, like this renovation. And I don't know, the speculation was saying that it's like maybe like a skunk or something, like a skunk
type smell.
Yeah. Well, no, but that's like a skunk. Animals have reactions when they're in a scary environment.
And that maybe these aliens have a similar reaction to like a skunk.
That's what everyone said, that the smell was so horrible that they couldn't get it off their bodies. They had to demolish the whole wing of the hospital. And like the weird thing about Virginia is very similar to Roswell in that, like, when you go to Roswell, it's like UFOs. It's a tourist attraction.
Right.
So you go to Virginia, there's like huge UFOs everywhere. It's like the culture at this point because the whole city was basically locked down. They had like hundreds of people all over the city that saw military checkpoints or know somebody who was directly involved. And I approached, obviously agnostic on what is happening, but it's like you don't have hundreds of people saying exactly the same thing just out of nowhere. I mean, it could be some sort of government, but it was like the mayor of did you see Moment of Contact?
No.
Oh, dude, it's so wild. It's so good. It's so well done. He's such a great filmmaker.
Is there any evidence?
Yeah, there's lots of evidence. I mean,
Like,
so all of the, I mean, there are hospital records. There are, you mean like in terms of physical? Well, James says that there is, and that he's, on top of it to try to find it. But I mean, evidence is a spectrum. So, physical evidence, people died. So this guy, Cherise, so they confronted this guy, Eric Lopes, who, with this guy, Cherise, Carlos Cherise, they basically were police who like captured, apparently, allegedly, one of these things. And they talked to this guy's sister who died like a week after grabbing this thing. And, she has the death certificate, and like the cause of death was unknown. He had this like super weird infection.